Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm trying not to be too loud because I'm home with my family, and the story I'm going to be telling today is a bit shady. So, welcome back. I'm still alive despite the rumors. I'm joking, there's no rumors because no one cares about me. Let me tell you guys what I'll be doing while I tell you guys the story. So number one, I'll be doing my makeup. There's a lot of things going on. Number two, I will be tasting wine. So I like wine. Some of the wines that I'm drinking are wines that were sent to me. The first one I'll be tasting, I tend to just like taste different things because like where's the fun in just like doing things that you've already done. So the first one that I'll be tasting is the Zonflaked Chardonnay. I like that. Okay, I'm back. I feel like my eyebrows are so dark today and I'm not a fan, but you know, we move. So where do I start this story? I don't know. Let me prep my skin. So okay, let's start it with kind of my relation to the people who are involved in the story. So last year I had kind of two sets of friends. So anyway, I'm the kind of person regardless not to have too many friends in one clique. I really do enjoy having different friends. So I have a friend here, I have a friend there. I don't know, I just, because of some things that happened earlier in my life, I realized that cliques tend to not be the greatest thing, because if you qaban with one person, the other people will feel as if like they need to take sides, or pick sides rather. Don't think I put enough concealer. So I tend not to do that, or at least I didn't. So in my varsity life, obviously we've all met a whole lot of people. I met this one girl. She was part of a friendship group I was in first year. Very nice person for the most part. She is a Cancer, if anyone cares to know. So definitely wears her emotions on her sleeve. Yeah, I first and foremost, when I met her, I definitely enjoyed that part because the person I am, I'm a Scorpio. I'm very guarded when it comes to emotions. I rather we laugh or we have like a little dark humor moment rather than having a full on, conversation. Even like mentioning that I'm sad, like sometimes I felt like I'm being too much. I think I'm constantly in a battle of, oh my gosh, you're a lot, So I met this Han and other people, of course. Things were good. Friendships, first year, homunat, right? So this particular girl, I think I was close to pretty much everyone in my friendship group that year. But she was definitely at that time one of the closest I had. We just click with, like, it's not even a thing of because anyone's different. You're gonna click with whoever you're gonna click with, right? And I don't want to use this brush. And yeah, I think I liked her personality. She's quite bubbly, she's quite loud. She's also someone who's easy to like. What I realized as I went along is that because she's quite outspoken and she's like always laughing and cracking jokes and pretty funny, she's that girl for a lot of people. A lot of people liked her because when you chilling with this hand, you're gonna have a good time. So we never really had many problems, at least personally, like on a, okay, Ubuhle is angry at her, or what are we gonna call her? Let's call her Jessica. I don't know why I'm thinking of using Caucasian names. Did I bring any brushes for my eyes? Ish. I have so many eye brushes, but like today, the day I need them, maybe my eyebrows will come down after I brush them. Yeah, so Jessica was a nice person, easy to like. I never had any issues, not a lot at least, issues with her personally. Like for instance, this is the thing with wine will make you burp. For instance, a situation where like I'm angry at her. As a group, however, we started to realize once again, she's a Cancer through and through. Mainly because when she's not okay, and that not okayness had nothing to do with us as the friends, we'd feel it heavily, you know, which is okay to a certain extent. I guess friendship, I'm using this palette by Essence. It's called, I'm not even gonna say the whatever, this is how it looks. I'm using currently this shade over here, which is a brown, as a transition shade, just because I'm going to do something very simple. I'm literally going to not even try. So no, why I took such a brush. It's so small. Okay, while I think about what brush I'm going to use, let me tell you guys what I was trying to say. So we realized quite early that when sis isn't okay, and it has nothing to do with us, you know, anything to do with anyone else. Like she's not okay because she fought with the parent, relatable. She's not okay because someone said something, or she has issues with whoever she's dating at that moment. Because she wears her feelings on her sleeve, we would be the first to kind of figure that out because she would be not okay. And when she's not grand, she's not grand. And because she was most probably the loudest in our friendship group, when she's not okay, like the whole group, we're just like all like just, it's not like we're in a bad place, but it's just like we can't really operate fully, like, because she's not grand, you know? And when she's not grand, she's not grand. She can't fake it, she can't whatever. So towards one of the years that we were friends, towards the end rather of one of the years that we were friends, she has a falling out with one of our other friends in the groups. This is why now that I'm older, I don't like cliques. She has a falling out with one of the friends in the group. And I don't remember, to see how insignificant this fight was, to me at least. I don't really remember what exactly they were fighting about, but it was just like, oh, your attitude. And we had called her out on a previous occasion, saying, Cece, you can't treat us badly just because you're going through something, because on some days it's fine, you're not okay, we're good. But when you're not okay to a point where now you're being mean to the rest of us, or you're being off to the rest of us, now we have an issue. If everyone else can squash problems, you can squash problems too. Yeah, so towards the end of 1 year, she has a falling out with my one friend. Oh yes, now I remember what it is. It was about an assignment. Once again, things I don't do now. If I have a group assignment, back then it would have easily just been, oh, I'm going to be in a group assignment with said friends because these are people that I trust, these are people that I work with. But when you rely on people to be the people that you vent about the people you date, and then also with schoolwork, and then also you rely on the same people. Just like social, like mixing your social life and your school life together tends to be heated, because if we fought about something that has nothing to do with schoolwork, but we have a group assignment due tomorrow, everyone needs to squash their problems and meet at the library. And it's also very, very hard to hold your friends accountable. It's just like, oh, you know, I know she was supposed to do this portion of the assignment, but she couldn't because she wasn't doing okay. And in this case, we had an assignment, and one of our other friends, not Jess, was not doing okay, so she wasn't contributing. But Jess was being more harsh on this hand than the rest of us. And the thing is, it's cool, but then to a certain extent, there's being harsh, and like you have to do the part of your, you know, whatever part of your work or whatever part of the schoolwork you have to do, because it's going to affect us all. And then there's straight up being completely like mean, as if like you're trying to hash out problems that you had with me at this time, because now you have, you know, you have the platform. So it was kind of a thing like that, where she was being more mean because they had already had something going on prior to the group assignment, and now it's time for you, or you have a platform rather, for you to speak on it. Okay, fine, but babani. And my whole thing was like, I'm gonna try by all means to be, you know, fair. I'm gonna try by all means to be fair. That's it. Like, that's all I have energy for. I was just like, I'm gonna try by all means to be fair in this situation, and I'm not going to pick sides. But I guess because I was supporting the other girl, my other friend, because she wasn't in a good place, that's why she wasn't performing, it seemed like I had taken places. Chosen sides, rather. So that happens, we stopped speaking because she, I guess, assumes that I took the other hand's side, which in my opinion, I hadn't. And the opinions of people who saw the thing happened say that I did not take sides. Fine, time jump to last year, 2019. I'm speaking to one of my friends who's a mutual of both of us, right? So he's a mutual. So he says to me, hey, Bushle, just as like you took this one side. I was like, no, I never took sides. In fact, when the thing happened, I stopped speaking to both of them, because also the other one thought I took Jess's side. So I'm the middleman here, having people thinking that I took someone's side. And I'm just like, I tried to speak to both of these people. Not in such a way that I was like, oh, okay, Sharp, you guys have to be friends. But I tried to support them both, because I was, you know, I was the person, one of the people, me and another friend, who kind of were caught in the middle. But both parties stopped speaking to me because they thought I had taken a side, or thought me and the person, my other friend, we had taken sides, and we really had not. Or at least I didn't. Let me not speak for other people. So I tell this mutual friend who came to me, and I'm like, no, I didn't take sides. In fact, I didn't speak to either one of them, because both of them kind of were weird and were accusing me of things I didn't do. So this whole situation makes me feel a type of way. So I asked that mutual friend for her number. I'm like, please give me her number. At the very least, I'm not saying we must be friends, but let's speak about what happened, so that she knows that no one took any sides. I was just trying to keep things together, but they didn't go well. So I asked for her number and I approached her. So I'm just like, oh, okay, this and this happened. I didn't this and that. And we squashed the situation. We start greeting each other again in school when we see each other. And then I guess this is also another thing that I try not to do now that I've grown, is to just allow friendships to merge with no communication of, oh, okay, look, we had a falling out, we're good now, let's be friends again. Because we never had that communication, but it just slowly, and then we ended up becoming friends. Okay, so last year, as I said, I had two groups of friends. It was her, and I guess people I met through her, right? Who till this day I don't really consider as the closest of friends, and more so, at least the most of them, I consider them as acquaintances more than I consider them as friends. Because I know at the end of the day, should push come to shove and they have to choose between me and her, they'll definitely choose her. Despite the fact that some were comfortable to say some shady things about her to me, I have always remained kind of like on the edge, and my guard was always up. What's in my eye? My guard was always up when it came to those friends, because I knew that these are not friends that I met and they liked me. It's friends that they turned out liking me because we shared equal company, or the same company rather. So this group of friends, it's fine. They were predominantly friends I chilled with at school. We studied together, went to the library together, texted each other to keep each other space at the library. I need a computer. Are you at the library? Please save a seat for me. Kind of friends. Not that I love the gunshots. Not that they meant nothing to me. What's in my eye? Okay, feels better. Not that they meant nothing to me, because I do believe that that is not true. But we weren't really at a place where I can say, oh, okay, these people, you know, they have my back, my ride or dies, because we're still in the beginning stages. But I did have another friend group that I believed were my ride or dies, right? Some of these people we're all in the same school, but some of these people were in the same qualification I was in, or I am in rather. But some of these friends were not at all. And the ones who were in the same qualification weren't in the same year as I. They were a year above me. Loved those people to bits. They saw, till this day, they saw all my woes last year. Like, they carried me. Not to say that let's call them my library friends, Jess and her friends are my library friends. My home friends, because we really didn't affiliate much at school, because we obviously went in the same classes, we didn't study together, etc. My home friends were definitely my ride or dies, and all these people were significant to me because I was going through the pits. So library friends, of course, if you see a whole lot of people doing their schoolwork, at some point you're going to be like, oh, okay, I need to do my schoolwork, because like you coming in every day and you're not doing anything makes you feel a bit awkward. So I think everybody kind of played their part in my life last year, and I wasn't doing okay, but I had to do okay with school. Like, things were bad, so I had to make sure that I was doing okay in school. And all these people carried me. Whether they carried me because some of them, I think my home friends were more, they knew what was going on in my life, they know why I wasn't okay, whereas my school friends really did motivate me. But these people didn't ever really spend time together. Like, the friendships were very, very, very separate, or at least not in my presence was anyone spending time with another person. I had two very distinct group of friends, and I was okay with that. And even within these groups, I had individual friendships with a whole lot of people, especially my home group. My home group of friends, there was 4 of them, me being number 5. I had very, very specific friendships with each and every party. So they meant I didn't need to chill with one person. Chill with the whole group for me to chill with them. I could literally just call one person. My friendships with them were very, very different. But also, we could all come together and be a group of friends, right? So I don't know why I'm so heavy-hearted thinking about this story. I think I miss people from school because I feel like Corona has become this thing that made me, I miss those people. The people that I'm speaking about, I do miss quite a bit. So in the group of friends at home, there's one friend, a dude, in the group of friends that I call my home friends. What are we gonna call him? Let's call him Charlie. So this one friend in this group, I don't want to say I got closer to him more than everyone else because that's false, but he played the part of being the person who makes me feel quite safe, not only emotionally but physically too. If you know me, you know that I'm quite a paranoid person. It was even before anything major has happened to my life, but I think the issue would be me getting mugged. At some point I got mugged, and then at another point there was a house break-in. So I'm quite paranoid, and also the way in which South Africa is, just walking from school to res, not a vibe. Late, and last year, I don't know what the law department at my school was thinking. We had a lot of tests that ended at night. We had a lot of things that just ended after 6:30, and PE weather, as much as we experience all seasons in one day, for the most part, PE weather, we have an issue because like after 5 it gets quite dark quite quickly. So this friend was a very, very big part of me feeling safe, because if I'm chilling at the library because I have an assignment due up until 10, he'd literally come and fetch me and walk me home, which I appreciated because obviously I was very, very paranoid. Not that we all kind of are bound to get mugged or whatever, but he made me feel better. He'd just be like, oh no. And it wasn't like I had to ask. It was just like, oh my gosh, I need to go to the library. Or he'd ask at some point. I would be at the library at like 7, and he'll ask, where are you? And I'm like, no, I'm still at the library finishing this assignment. And he's like, when are you going to be done? And I'd say in 30 minutes, and he'd pop up. So the thing is with this relationship is, in the beginning of meeting the people that I'm speaking about, we had an ongoing joke between me, this guy, Charlie, and my other friend. Let's call her Christine. What are these names? Yeah, so we had an ongoing joke. We were his wives, but you know, play, wifey, husband. We were playing that for the longest of times. At some point, my friend Christine comes to me and she's like, I don't think, what's his name, Charlie, is still playing with you. Like the whole wifey thing, I don't think he's playing anymore. And I say, I also kind of have seen that, but I never actually, I'm the kind of person, like, I won't jump into conclusions up until a time where you're like, okay, I like you. I'm not gonna assume, because I just feel like as people, we're different. As a person, I'm more cold. So if I'm warm towards you, it's because I like you. But this person he is very nice. Like, he's a very nice person. He's very caring. I've seen this beyond me. He's also a nurse. So I feel like he has the calling into nursing. Like, beyond the fact that that's his profession, he's a very, very caring person. Like, he's a very, very, very caring human being. Like, he makes sure you eat. He makes sure you're safe. And I think being in a space where can't I ever open this? Being in a space where he has to deal with people, or looking after people who can't look after themselves at that point, he definitely, I feel like, has a calling into that thing. So anyway, so Christine comes and she says, I don't think he's playing anymore, and I'm just like, I also see it. I don't want to make assumptions because he's a nice guy regardless. mind you, this man he already had a girlfriend. He has a girlfriend. So even me making those opinions, like what use would it be? Because like, even if that's the situation, I'm not about to go ask him and just be like, oh, okay, do you like me? And then if he says yes, what? Because on a chair Muslim. So yeah. But at some point, the signs of this person liking me started getting a bit heavy. So I'm just like, I would tell my friends at the library, like I'd go and be like, oh, like every single time I go back to the library and there was a new thing, I'd be like, oh, we went to the tuck shop at this hour. He held my hand. I was just like, oh, okay, sharp, that's weird. And then I would basically give them updates as to what's happening in that situation. And everyone was kind of invested, to be quite honest, because we were all like, what's happening? Like, this person is showing signs, but he's not, you know? So like, how do you navigate that thing? So I would tell these friends at the library, mind you, they hadn't really met them officially. They'd see them here and there, but they hadn't met officially. So I tell them, and then the question would always be like, but what's your feelings, Buhle? What are your feelings? And I would like be like, I can't really have feelings, because even if I do, what would I do with them? But everyone was kind of like, and the guys, when someone's consistent with you for multiple amounts of months, it's hard for you not that you're completely like, now, okay, Masio Shata, but you will also at some point like just start questioning how you feel, because like you've allowed this for the longest of times. So because I had allowed it, I was like, I never really admitted. I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this person, because even when I try to navigate if I like him or not, the barrier of the fact that this person is in a relationship is always that one thing for me. And I'm just like, okay, even if I were to, like, there's no, what would it do? Like, tell him, then what? And I also thought about the relationship dynamics of like me and the friendships that we had. You know, we're in the same friend group. And despite the fact that I have different friendships with these people respectively, I just felt like, why would I do that? Why would I ruin friendship dynamics with this person? Or with him and his other friends, or now people must choose sides. So I squashed my feelings. But I'd still discuss it with my friends at the library, because I just felt like sometimes I needed an outlet, you know? Sometimes I needed someone to be like, okay, you're not imagining it. I'd tell them, oh, we went to the library, not the library, we went to the tuck shop. When we went to the tuck shop, this person held my hand, and they would give me an opinion, and I'd be like, hey, I don't know how to deal with this thing, because this person hasn't come out right and said, Joe, I like you. Okay.